I'll be right there. There are just a couple more things that I have to sort out. 2 seconds. Okay, I'm here proper. Microphone's working by the looks of things. Hopefully the hopefully the quality hasn't taken a dip for no reason again. It looks like sound's working as well. Got music coming through. Excellent. As much as it looks like it's being held together, I started up OBS and basically all of my UI had just deleted itself, which is fun. I don't know what it is. I think it's that my computer is slowly starting to reject the OBS features, but I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully because I'm looking to upgrade my computer pretty soon. Hopefully when that happens, things clean up a little bit. We'll see. Hi. Sorry I took a little bit longer. I saw myself in the little display and I looked like a zombie, so I needed to just go splash myself with water or something, just to wake up a bit more. How we going? How we been? How's our day? Straight into it. Straight into it. Oh, not bad, not bad. I've got some good rolls. A 19 from Squid. Billy rolled a 13 and a 12 from Dust. Okay. The stage has been set for me to have an alright roll for once. It's fine. It's fine. I don't even care. And then followed up with Rad hitting the 17. It's fine. It's fine. I haven't. No, it's fine. I don't even care. I don't care. I don't care. Hey, how you going, Rad? How's your day been? I was having I was having a look at this image, and there are a couple of things that I want to try. So I'll go ahead with those to get my mind off of the pain. Go with background light. Plug that in. I may as well just go through and do all of them from now. Let's go middle ground light. And then one more foreground light. Here's the first thing that I want to try. I want to start putting in a few lights within the windows just to kind of, because it didn't cross my mind, without the presence of the kaiju, the cityscape works, but then as soon as I insert something within the city, suddenly the silhouettes aren't working as much, and I'm going to try putting in lights to see if that works. You got a job, then got fired, but then you have an interview next week, you think, hopefully so it's going. Oh my goodness, it's been like 2 weeks. I mean, can't say that hasn't been uneventful. I hope you're doing all right. I'm okay. My sleep has been all over the shop. Like, it's fully flipped at the moment. So I'm asleep during the day and awake at night completely. I'm trying to fix it, but it's kind of tough. I kind of just need to sacrifice a day at some point. Just be like, I'm going to stay awake for as long as I possibly can, blah, blah, blah. Either that or fall asleep whenever I do, like early hours of the morning and then set an alarm for like an hour later or something. So I go for like a nap sleep and then try and stay away for the rest of the day. I might try something like that to kind of kickstart my what's the word? There's a term for it. The natural body cycle. Natural cycle. Circadian rhythm, I think, is the term. Circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm. Is rhythm in your body's nature internal clock that regulates sleep-wake cycles and other physiological processes. Yep, that one. After a week, they decided you did too little. I don't know what they were expecting from me. Yeah, that sucks. Especially when it's based on their expectation. In the sense that they've been like, hey, we want this from you. You do that. And they're like, not happy with it. It's like, yeah, but that's what you asked. You asked me to do this and I've done this and you're not happy? I don't know why. Nah, sucks. Don't think about it too much. It's on them. Keep doing you. Okay, let's get stuck in with this background light, shall we? Wanting to go in with a cyan. See how that treats us. Something like that. Oh, did I do a dumb? I think I did a dumb. Let's retract the dumb, shall we? Layers are important. Layers are important. Layers are important. Layers are important. Oops. Nice kaiju in the city looks amazing. Thank you. I'm having quite a bit of fun with it. I'm enjoying it very much. Very much so. I need to do more of this stuff where it's not linked to a project or a commission or anything. It's just me having fun. So I'm glad that I'm getting stuck into. Oh, the sign looks so good. If I may say so myself. Ooh. And then foreground lights. This should just sing. Yes, yes. I actually probably don't need lighting in the gazebo there. Just keep it like that. Boom! That looks so much better. So much better. Okay, now what do I want to do? Let's stay foreground light, yeah. I want to add a sort of a luminescence to this layer. From the ground up. It was all from last time I streamed, so this would have been Monday. But I was saying that I didn't want to do sort of your conventional, just big dinosaur kaiju, because like as cool as they are, I feel as though it's, you know, been there, done that. We kind of have all sorts of designs for it. Like if I were to design a kaiju along those lines, it would probably end up very similar to a lot of the creature designs that ended up in Pacific Rim, the first one. So I was mulling over what I wanted to do then, if that was the case. And a creature design from the second Hellboy movie, The Golden Army, I believe is the subtitle. Appealed to me very much so. This one here, blah, 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 blah. This creature, I think it's known as the last elemental. More specifically, when it dies, spoilers, but a creature that Hellboy fights partway through the movie loses and dies. I know. This is filled to the brim with spoilerific. But yeah, when it dies, its head flowers, and its sort of natural influence goes and spreads throughout the environment that they were fighting in. And you've got a sort of like moss-covered modern buildings and stuff. It's a very, 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 very cool aesthetic. And I want to see if I can replicate that vibe here. Specifically, I want to have sort of pollen spores sprouting out of its head, and little miniature versions of the flowers. Think Starro, the DC like supervillain creature design thing. Think that, with like the miniature versions of Starro, like all over the city, sort of flowering and sprouting. I will need to, I think, add a bit of a haze around this building here, and maybe even that building there, just to kind of have... you know what? You know what I could do? I'm on the right layer for it as well. I can go in with an orange haze, where the light from the kaiju's head face flower is pouring out into the environment around it and is illuminating the edges of buildings and stuff. I can go through and clean it up a little bit further in a second, but let's just start with a degree of separation and see how we feel. You've successfully threaded your drawstring back into your hoodie. As in it... Oh, the classic. Yeah. Where one side gets retracted into the hoodie and then you just pull the other side through completely because it gets annoying. Congratulations for fixing it. Yeah, so I think if I pop the silhouette with something like that, it'll do the trick. Yeah, too many lines. Your washing machine has a tendency to eat drawstrings, so you have to pull them out every... Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's... makes far more sense. But you don't do what I do and just, like, fidget with the drawstring and then eventually pull it through? Fair. Fair. Okay, just inject a little bit of that light into the crystal. I was thinking about the parrot, by the way. I don't know why it exactly came to mind, but I was thinking about it. You could totally, because it's a screw top lid, you could totally fill it with stuff. Like as part of the stage performance, if the the head flies off or whatever, you could have, I don't know, confetti. Anything. You could have so many different things in it. It's supposed to be filled with a spine. Oh, right, of course. I hadn't pieced it together. I know that you were working on a spine. I knew that you were working on the parrot. I didn't, because I don't... Is it strange of me to say that I don't think of birds as having spines? But yeah, yep, makes sense. Makes sense. You literally told me as well. You're like, I'm making a spine for a bird. Don't mind me. I struggle, okay? What kind of lampposts would we have? Oh, welcome, Cloud. Welcome to my end of numbers. Everybody's been rolling incredibly well tonight, and then I rolled a 1. So you've got excellent company. Hair's looking great. Oh, thank you. I appreciate. Elvish lamppost. Yeah, none of these. None of these. I'll think of something. Is that the second 20 in a row, Bebop? Yeah. My goodness. You have the touch. You have the power. Congrats. The idea was that the actor would pull it out, but whenever you've shown it as a proof of concept, you've just tipped the bird over so the spine just falls out. Always made people laugh, so you think you're going to recommend that to the directors. To be fair, when I get tipped over, my spine falls out as well. So, if anything, it's incredibly accurate. And that's what you want in a stage performance. Scientific accuracy. Back to back. I know. You have the gift. Let's do an organic-ish looking lamppost. Something like this. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It does happen. Like I've seen it happen in D&D as well, where people have rolled back to back D20s. Don't get me wrong, it's been rare, but it does happen. Speaking of D&D, I played D&D yesterday and it was a lot of fun. I my character did end up possessed by the end of the session, but I felt really good about it, you know? Like a really good, it's a solid possession, you know? One of those feel-good possessions, if you think about it. You once rolled double nat 20s when you had advantage. Well, I mean, easier to do when you have advantage, granted, but I mean, still an accomplishment. You've been hogging the luck. Yeah, you've you've stolen my luck, Cloud's luck, sometimes Squid's luck, but Squid has been rolling pretty decently lately. So, do I have my Minecraft username? Yeah, I do. I've got it around here somewhere. I believe it is just it's Mahali, because I set it up again when I played Minecraft with you guys. You rolled nats on both dice, so it seemed... Oh, no. That's a lot. That's terrible. So you had advantage, you rolled twice and got 20 both times and essentially wasted a 20. Ugh. That's rough. That's rough, bud. Ouch. It's been shy of 3 years since that server went down. Has it been 3 years since I played last? If that happened, you'd do something extra for them. Yeah, that's fair. I reckon I'd do the same thing. Like, for example, if you're trying to barter for a sword and you rolled advantage nat 20s or something, like double nat 20s, I'd have it so that, like, as you pick it off, as you pick up the sword, almost like a flaky layer of sort of metal crust peels off of the sword, and it's a super special looking sword. It won't functionally do anything different, but you know, now it's a thing that feels special because you did the thing, you know. 2 to 3 years for your old room. I believe 2 years. 3 years seems not right. That doesn't seem right. I've been wrong in the past, though. Pollen. Let's try a spatter brush. Let's see what kind of damage we can do. Adds in a minute and a half. Thank you, Tavern. I appreciate. I'll keep that in mind. That's a spatter brush. There we go. Something along those lines. Oh my goodness. Pow. Beautiful. It was mid-2022, so 2 going on 3 most likely. Yeah, okay. You have a friend who managed to double nat 20s while at disadvantage and essentially one-shotting the BBEG. Oh my goodness. Just thinking, because you think it would be nice to invite me to the server you've been playing on with Stream of Friends for the last 6 months. Yeah, for sure. If it's limited spots though, don't do it, because I've got extremely limited time at the moment, so finding time to consistently play would be tough. So if you've got somebody who can play more often than I would, and it is limited spots, no. So mad Microsoft is holding you back from your realm because you refuse to pay them $12 a month. Yep. To be fair, I think hosting private servers would still cost a little bit. But I don't think it's $12 a month. It shouldn't end up being that. But yeah, double nat 20s on disadvantage is, oh my god. That would truly be a sense of I have overcome fate. Or like fate wants me to slay this thing. You have Doom, and he logs on every 3 months, so it's not an issue. Okay. Yeah, as long as it wouldn't be a capacity issue, then yeah, I would happily accept the invitation. Thank you. Bit anticlimactic in story since it was supposed to be a big long epic battle, but out of the characters were very hyped anyways. Yeah, okay, fair. Right, so it like instead of it being as part of the what's the word? Instead of it being like part of, as you said, like the climactic part of the battle, it just kind of happened at the start. Oh dear. Kaiju stalks. Oh, ads are over. Welcome back. Apologies for ad rudeness. What do I want to do for the stalks? I mean, pretty similar to these. If that is the case, then they need to be quite centralized. And then I could even go a slightly different color, right? Okay, that feels good in terms of layout. Lighting is off, obviously, because it hasn't really been touched. Let's go through and illuminate the stalks. I've been a responsible adult today, by the way. I'm quite proud of myself. Did all my chores, went and did groceries, started working on commission. Actually followed up on a couple of things that I've been needing to for a couple of days now. I need to get into the habit of, even if my sleep is out of whack, I can still be productive. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's tough, but we got there in the end. As part of that, finally ended up ordering my new phone case. This is what's happening with my old one. Yeah, I'll pop it out of the case just so you can see the full damage. Ugh. So my current phone case has... Let's see. What can be seen on the camera? My current phone case... Can you see that? Has a chunk missing out of the corner. Then it has sections that are just like coming apart, if you can see that. It's just melting. It's flaking, it's crumbling, it's having a terrible time. And because it's an older iPhone model, nobody stocks any of the best viewers, frick yes. But because it's one of the older models, nobody has any cases in stock. So I've had to just bite the bullet and order it online. Kind of have RPG plugins, so the more you do different in-game activities, more special abilities you unlock. Yeah, cool. So it's more modded. Interesting. I don't hate the pollen. I just think it needs to be smaller particles. Pollen. Can do that again in a little bit. I'll get back to that. It's vanilla ++. Use data packs because you want mod on paper server. What's a paper server? Sorry, I'm not too familiar with the lingo. I struggle. In terms of musculature and stuff for this creature, maybe Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. Groot. Bit of inspo from that. I do like how the bark panels work. Not one for one, obviously, but I do like this system. I think I'll do plates all the way down instead of having the roots through. Oh, actually, the roots could work for the arms, like in that way. I mean, I could do roots all the way through as a change of pace. I mean, it would make sense, right, if I were to do roots all the way through, given that like the flower itself is the creature. Is Belfar a better name for a noble capital city or a more Riften-style Thieves Guild ran city? It has similar sort of tonal roots to something like Belfast. in Ireland. But, you know, you're also sort of skirting across sort of Arabian sounds as well, like Jafar is like the word that comes to mind, obviously. So I don't know. I don't think it lends itself to one or the other. I think it very much depends on what you want to do with it. I could see both. I could see both very easily. So dealer's choice. The physical server is controlled by your server's host. Okay. Cool. Belfast sounds more Thieves Guild in your opinion? Yeah, okay. There you go. Cloud, you've got a stronger opinion than mine. Okay, let's carve out a root system, shall we? Want it darker here, where it kind of retracts more into the neck. Obviously, we're still working with mostly silhouettes, so it doesn't need to be too, you know, intricate. Just implied intricacy can do a lot. The server's open to any friend as long as you're not griefing, being disrespectful. Oh, being respectful and 18 years older. Yeah, fair. Sweet. Yeah, if you want to shoot through the details for it, I'll check it out when I get a bit of time. Actually, speaking of, Bobicus had a playtest for his game system that he's working on at the moment today. I didn't get an opportunity to jump in because I was unconscious, but I'm hoping it went well. It's been really interesting to watch it develop over time. So I'm curious to see what the feedback was from the test. Sorry, it just came to mind when thinking about things I want to try. Just remember you and a friend were working on a TTRPG system at some point. Yeah, it's tempting. It's tempting because, I'm sure everybody has had this experience where something has happened in a session that you've played and you've thought to yourself, presumably there's a better way of doing that. And then it gets the gears going. But the way that I've managed to scratch that itch over time is just to play D&D a little bit more fast and loose, where picking up sort of home rules that work for the group as we play tends to be the way that I like to go about it. Not to say that people shouldn't try and homebrew a system. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I'm impressed by the people that can put in that amount of dedication. You'd never homebrew a thing, let alone make a whole system. Almost believe you there for a second, Cloud. Almost. Almost convinced me. Don't get me wrong, it'd be tons of fun, but I'm also a perfectionist, so I wouldn't be satisfied until I actually had it fully ironed out. And for that, it requires years. You just made a world and magic system that your friend, who's a chronic homebrewer, started coming up with mechanics for. Don't remember how far you got with it in the end. All you remember is the official race was Nudebrach people. Yeah, okay. Well, that's kind of how I go about campaign building. It's just like make the setting, make the magic system, make a bunch of mechanics and rules around unique things in the world, but then just run off of D&D vanilla outside of those homebrew elements. It's like the best of both worlds, where you get to scratch the itch of mechanic tinkering without having to worry too much about overall balance, because you're not flipping over the table. Actually, speaking of D&D stuff, I'm wanting to throw together like a quick 5-minute one-shot for a couple of friends who want to play for the first time. And I'm struggling to think of which sort of faction to build it around, whether it's like a goblin-based adventure or an undead-based adventure or a Draconoid-based adventure, like a draconic-based adventure. I know that you don't technically have to do that, but seeing as it is just going to be like, here are the rules to D&D, here's how it works, here are some things that you want to fight, maybe solve like a little mystery as part of the process. Generally speaking, I want sort of a tentpole sort of faction to build it around. What would be a good intro? I know that goblins and kobolds can be good in the sense that even at low level, they can actually be quite brutal and tricksy with how they sort of interact with the players. Fun adventure about goblins and werebats. The owner of the tavern hires you to kill rats in the basement. You find a hole into a cavern space under. Ooh, that's a cool concept. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could do something with that. A loose concept that I've had floating in my head for a little bit. I'm not sure if I can apply it here. Maybe it's something that I apply to a custom adventure in the future. But is the idea, the concept of the cobblers fall asleep at night and then the elves come through and they create all the shoes for the cobblers, and then sort of clean up all their mess afterwards and then hide away, and then the cobblers wake up to find, prepared shoes. I love the idea of some sort of chaotic creature horde coming through a village, causing untold mischief and mayhem, like completely destroying the village, borderline. But then before the sun rises, they go through and like reconstruct the village, but it looks all wonky, and janky, and almost like an Elseworld version of the village, like which changes each time that they do this little incursion. Methinks something along the lines of they cast a sleep spell over the village, go through, like have a massive party, destroy it all, rebuild it, and then leave. There was faction stuff too. Okay. You did a one-shot for that very purpose, once where the party were to save a princess from bandits unknown to them. She's been polymorphed into it. Oh my goodness. Oh, the terror as the DM to be like, They don't kill the chicken, right? They don't kill the chicken? They don't just randomly kill the chicken, right? Please don't kill the chicken randomly. Please just don't kill the chicken and they kill the chicken. The polymorph spell breaks and... no, because polymorph works where if you do reduce it to 0 hit points, it transforms back and it hasn't killed it, right? Does it work like wild shape? I haven't used polymorph too much before. I've looked into it a couple of times. You could have a fresh werebat leader who's a bit weaker and only resistant to damage, and a dinosaur flavored as a drake as the end boss for the factions. Ah, okay, so you could either pick one pest or the other. Yeah, okay. Found my username? Great success. I can double check for you. Maybe not tonight. We'll see how I feel after stream, but I can get back to you. Either tonight or tomorrow. The bandits weren't very bright, so the leader explained it all in a way you could overhear it. It's fair. Let me quickly check the polymorph spell to see if it works that way. Polymorph. Transformation lasts for the duration or until the target drops to 0 hit points or dies. The new form can be any beast who's... it doesn't say that the person returns to their previous stats or anything. The target assumes the hit points of the new form. When it reverts to its normal form, the creature returns to the number of hit points it had before. There we go. Okay. It reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points. Any excess damage carries over to its normal form. As long as the excess damage doesn't reduce the creature's normal form to 0 hit points, it isn't knocked unconscious. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, and then a chicken, 5e. Let's see. 1 hit point. Yeah, that was to be expected. Boom. That's fun. That's fun. Literally, solution, hit the chicken with an egg or something. You're building a random encounter table for travels. Worst roll is an ogre flavored as a lesser fire giant who is buying metal for the new duke for a very bad rate. If you refuse, he bullies you into selling. Like a knife salesman. It's amazing. Reminder that NPC spells need to follow no rules the players have access to, especially when you want to make the world feel whimsical and mysterious. Oh, for sure. Yeah. I tend to do that with more sort of grandiose world spells and stuff, but yeah, it makes sense that you'd be able to kind of do whatever, even with smaller spells and cantrips. Actually, that is a good point. You could totally just power up a cantrip and give it to a bad guy so they can spam it if they want. I mean, that's kind of what creature abilities are, if you think about it. You've returned. You went to eat food. Nice. What'd you have? Check the screenshot. Yeah, I can verify tomorrow so I can add you. Yeah. Okay. I'll quickly check the screenshot now. I don't believe that's me. I think I just had the default skin. I'll double check for you though. Just some chicken and rice, nothing crazy. I mean, sounds yum. I'd be done for chicken and rice. In your setting, giant types are more a culture than a type as it's presented, so every giant type can be X type of giant with tiny changes to their stats. So, like, there aren't as many, like, for example, hill giants and cloud giants don't have as big of a difference between them. Like, grand giant lords are probably all storm giants started, fight. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So it's more based on, like, hierarchical structure more so than what type of giant you are. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Just don't want to add the wrong Mahali and they're just evil and green. Yeah, fair. They would do damage to my good name as well. Let's give the body kind of a skeletal structure. Now that I'm thinking about it, we can do a bit of this business. It's my evil. My evil twin separated at birth. Yeah, you did. And they were. I've shut them down since. I hit them with all of the DMCAs. How dare you have the name Mahali? That is a name in Greek that just people can have. Frick you, I said. Lawyers, yeah, if you can reach out to that individual and message them with, "Hi, frick you, lots of love, Mahali," greatly appreciated. Might be joining a campaign a friend will run. It's all magical forest based, so of course you're considering being a fire. Yes. I mean, it's not too out of pocket, right? Like in Japanese folklore, I believe there are fox spirits that are forest spirits that have foxfire. Like, I think it works. Now, whether your DM agrees with me or not. Disney copywriting the monkey with symbols because I had that. Yeah, exactly. I would not be able to claim copyright over the name Mahali. It's like claiming copyright over the name Douglas or something. 1 minute. Thank you, Tavern. We can go more melodramatic with the body language here, I think. Let's grab the torso and rotate it a little bit more. And then along those lines, we can rotate the hips. This away. How's your kaiju coming along, Squid? Sorry, your mecha fighting kaiju. Your kaiju fighting mecha. Don't mind me. My brain is a mess. That did happen. Disney owns Monkey with Really? What? What? But that's just the thing. That's like, ugh, it's dumb. For your tables, you like to have the lowest roll be the low threat and potentially high reward. And the highest result is potentially high threat and potential high reward. As in for random encounters? either one of them has a chance to have a magic item if you get digging into their stuff. I mean, obviously it'll depend on what level everybody's at, but no, you can still have mundane magic items early on. Kind of just trying different mech bodies right now, thinking it might make it similar to Evangelion because you don't like the thick, chunky bodies you're going with. I mean, you can always do almost a mishmash where you've got chunkier elements, but then sort of more lithe body proportions underneath. Bebop, if can you still hear me, or are you in ads? If you're in ads, I'll wait until ads are finished before I respond. Random encounters, and they always have to link to setting lore in some way. There's no encounter that serves zero purpose. Yep. That I've tried doing random encounters, like how some of the adventures and one-shots are written, where it's just like, and then this thing happens. It's got nothing to do with anything. It's just a random world event, but it just kind of feels bad. By the time that the players have finished the encounter, they're like, okay, so what have we been doing for the past, 30 minutes to an hour? It's like, well, nothing. You've been doing nothing, wasting time. Because yeah, it's not authorship. It's not writing a book. Don't get me wrong. It's supposed to feel like a living, breathing world or whatever. But however, when somebody's writing a book, even when they are introducing world elements to sort of build out the narrative, like to build out the setting, they will have random things occur, but a good author will always tie them into something, whether it's themes, whether it's like an important dynamic that the characters need to know about. Like, we were robbed by thieves as part of the Thieves Guild. Oh, Thieves Guild. There's a Thieves Guild, and it alludes to more that is important. Unless it's made to lower resources, which can be a purpose, is just time wasting. Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, it gets to a point, right, where the characters are high level enough to where most random encounters they can easily complete without using important resources, and it just feels like filler. The reason people found out is because the studio made a low-budget horror movie and got hit with a cease and desist, so they had to use a monkey with a marching drum instead. Really? Let me just, not that I don't believe you, I just want to make sure, because that's monkey with symbols, Disney copyright. Disney owns the copyright to monkeys with symbols. Sorry, just scanning through. Right, okay, so they're claiming ownership over it. So, okay, there's a little finicky piece of like correction that I need to make. So Disney claims that they have ownership over the copyright of the monkey with symbols image, like concept, but they make But it is contested. They might not. However, nobody really has the funds nor the desire to actually go through the process to prove that they don't. Yeah, correct. But it never went to court. And, it just kind of wouldn't be worth the process of hashing it out. Current encounter list is for level 1 to 3-ish. Low level is where I find a lot of those quirky little random encounters are really worth it, because it's a way of combat encounters aside, random encounters like, as you said, essentially a knife salesman troll who is pressuring them and stuff. I like adding those elements in early on when they don't have a sense of marching rhythm, oh, we need to get this adventure done, we've got good momentum, hurrah, we'll get to the end. Because it's a fun way of sort of building up a love for your characters, is those little homey interactions. They contested the horror movie, the Stephen King horror movie with the monkey with the cymbal, so they needed to change it to a monkey with drums. And at that point in time, they could have gone to court and hashed it out, and they likely would have lost, just given that it's a concept that's existed for over a century. But obviously the small indie horror studio isn't going to take Disney to court. It's just not a thing. Which sucks. Because they're being stupid. Yep. Correct. The mouse will take all your money. True. It's kind of gross, but it's just kind of how it works, unfortunately. There have been examples in the past of larger corporations losing, though, so there is hope. I'd say the majority of it is just the threat of going to court with Disney. Whether or not they stand a chance or whatever is up for debate. But just even the proposition of, would you like to engage in what's most likely going to be a decade-long fight over something really stupid? No, probably not. You've been having a hell of a time watching Tesla shareholders ugly cry around. Just to clarify, property damage is bad. We shouldn't really be celebrating that sort of like anarchism stuff. It's generally bad, but it's a bit funny. It is a bit funny, I won't lie. Okay. With a bit of lighting now happening on the creature, I'm liking the direction that we're heading. I think I'm satisfied with the concept now at this point. I was a little bit hesitant with how it was looking before, just because it looked a bit janky is the word that comes to mind. We have redeemed it, though. We have redeemed the concept. Went to Costco today. Nice. Yeah, a buddy of mine went to Costco the other day and was talking about how it was stimulation overload. Saw someone who had one of those, you bought this before Elon went crazy stickers on a Cybertruck. Someone made a community note and taped it underneath saying Elon went crazy before the Cybertruck was for sale. Yeah. I can understand though, in the sense that if you weren't really paying attention, he just seemed like a rich dude. Until recently. That is funny though. Steak is so expensive, so you get a lot of pork. Yeah, I was just I was picking up some mince earlier today, and the price difference between beef mince and pork mince is actually stupid. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's probably more expensive to look after cattle than it is to look after pigs, I guess. And just like 1 for 1, pound for pound or whatever, it's probably cheaper to raise cattle. It's probably cheaper to raise pigs, blah, 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 blah. So it does make sense that there is a price difference. But for the consumer, you're just seeing like 2 packets of mince the exact same size, and there's like a $5 difference. It's like, freaking how? 4 sirloin steaks are being sold for $100. What? What's the conversion rate? I mean, this is Costco, so it is going to be a bit more expensive. CAD to AUD. Yeah, okay. It's pretty 1-to-1. Like it's 1 Canadian dollar equals 1.11 Australian dollars. So there is a difference. So it's more expensive. It's more expensive than I'm thinking. Yeah, so it'd be $110 $111 on my end. But yeah, that's bonkers. 4 sirloins. How much? I think it's around $15 to $20 for 2 sirloin steaks here. So 4 would be close to 40. I don't know. Maybe we've got different agricultural circumstances to you guys, and also you're at Costco as opposed to maybe one of the more affordable food branches. In your business class, the thing you talk about every time after class is Elon. If Elon has lost money or gained money, it's pretty negligible, right? When you're talking about the numbers that are at play. It's like, oh no, Elon lost like $1 billion. It's like, oh no. Anyway, which is just stupid to think about, but hey, it do be what it do. No amount of thinking about it is going to change it. Costco's the best you got, except for if you actually know a farmer, because of where you live, the pork was all priced. Really? I thought Costco was more of a premium brand, unless I'm thinking of somewhere else. Is Costco a premium grocery store? Apparently there are cheaper options, but it's not as premium as I was thinking. Which store am I thinking of then? Premium grocery stores. I'm thinking of the one that had the brand name where it's got the red lettering for the store name, and then it's got blue like blue dashes underneath. I can't remember what it's called. Thanks for sending you the link. You made a bunch of cool tokens. Hey, yeah. So my thought was like, if you've got it, it's way quicker than using something like a Photoshop. And it's super consistent as well, because you can use the exact same border for everything and just churn them out as quickly, like basically as quickly as you like. I'm glad that you got it working. Tesco? Yeah, maybe Tesco. Maybe Tesco is what I'm thinking of. Tesco. Yeah, Tesco. Why is there Tesco and Costco? Tesco expensive. I'm not seeing something like quick off the top. Never thought of that kind of thing. Yeah, I made a whole bunch of discoveries during my year of like my year of first campaign during lockdowns, where I was finding all sorts of resources online for all sorts of things. It's where I found Incarnate. It's where I found World Anvil. It's where I found Roll20. Like everything across the board. When I found. The hot dog and rotisserie chicken are loss leading items, so they cost the store money, but the membership makes enough to justify losing on every cooked chicken. I mean, makes sense. Of course, it was saying, as part of the article that I was just skimming through just then, that apparently Costco is a membership-based store, which is wild to me. We do have memberships here for certain stores, but they're not mandatory. It's just like an extra thing that you can do to collect points and save some money later on, type of deal. the Costco loses 400 billion, 40 billion in its chicken, but makes 8 billion a year. So the 40 million is like a negligible loss. Well, that's the thing, right? Is I guess they can display lower prices given that it's a mandatory membership, if that is the case, if I'm not misunderstanding things. So the incentive is like, here, get membership for Costco, and then shop here as often as you possibly can in order to like make back costs. Because every time you purchase something, it's at a reduced cost with the membership in mind, obviously. Yeah. So the more you spend while the membership is active, the more you're saving, quote unquote. I mean, it's an interesting model. I hadn't considered a grocery store membership before in that way. Oh, you know what I could have? I could have a route system. Oh my goodness, that would look amazing. I could have a route system underneath the city. Because of the way that I've laid it out. I could have a cutout here, and then I could have illuminated routes digging through. Oh. We'll save that. We'll get to it once we've completed everything else. If I've got the time and desire to do it at the end. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Okay, just popping the vibrancy a little bit more towards the center of the bulb. Never runs ads, but with the $1.50 hot dog and drink combo and the cooked chicken, get so much word of mouth, secondhand advertising that money doesn't need to go into that. Yeah. Plus, especially if it's established itself as like the king of grocery in that particular section of the city, or state, town, whatever. That I mean. What good does advertising really do? Like, who are you actually reaching? Because then, as you said, like word of mouth, right? Somebody moves into the area. Hey neighbor. Hey friend. Where do you go to do your grocery shopping? Oh, Costco. There you go. It exists within the ecosystem and sort of fills that role. That's why that was looking off. That's because it was on the wrong layer. Did anybody hear that? I heard a scampering. looking more into the mechs in Evangelion. They look very organic for mechs. Yeah. You can also potentially look into the angel designs in Evangelion as well. They're similar to the Avas, but a little bit more creature. A little bit more creature. Alt, don't tell him. How you going, bud? Costco runs a membership program that's mandatory. The whole company has incentive to offset inflation by making very minimal price increases because they seek to proceed as fair, be perceived as fair. Yeah. Plus, they're making, as you said, like the majority of their, they're making back the majority of their costs by that sort of symbiotic relationship between the membership cost and the prices. So if they hike the prices, they're going to lose memberships for it. So that they need to hike prices enough to make the offset worth it. But that, I don't know, the more you hike prices to try and make it worth it, the more you lose membership. So I don't know, it kind of eats itself. I call that close enough. I mean, Alt isn't being entirely accurate with his statement, but it's also not inaccurate. The Avas are closer to dead people than mechs, to be honest. %80 of Costco's profits are from those membership. Yeah. There you go. You buy all your food products from your guy. He sells you the leftover expired items from the McDonald's freezer. Oh, now that's a bargain. That's a membership I can happily sign up to. Does your guy have like an official card that he hands out as part of these transactional memberships? Ads in 1 minute. Thank you, Tavern. That's right, I was on the spatter, wasn't I? Antique. $10 for 100 boxes of frozen McDonald's burger pack. Or plus ketchup. Throw it in for free with 50 grams of Coke. If you buy 50 grams of cocaine. Oh, dear. Thank you for the correction. I would have misunderstood otherwise. Oh, dear. Are you interested in some expired Coke? Expired Coke? No, that's a bit flat. Oh, no, sorry. I misspoke. Expired cocaine. Hook me up, shipping costs extra. No, I'm good. I've just done my groceries, so I'm good for now. I'll let you know otherwise, though. I was looking up the other day. I'll admit to a Google search. I Googled how to tell if baked beans are beyond expiry, because there wasn't an expiration date on the can. It said, roughly 2 to 3 years. I wasn't sure when the bean can was from. And it came up with like, here are the things you should look out for, blah, 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 blah. I'm just imagining somebody typing into Google, hey Google, how do you tell if your cocaine is expired?
What am I looking for? What symptoms am I keeping my eyes peeled for?
Just repeats himself. Oh no, I mispronounced timing. Yeah, exactly.
For legal reasons, I meant Coca-Cola.
Oh, ads, chilling, mad chilling. I will respond to things again in a second. If your baked beans are not orange, don't eat them. It was effectively that. I mean, it was like, look out for mold, look out for a pungent smell, look out for any sort of wateriness, blah, 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 blah. Look out for sentience, you know, the classics. If you open your bean can and your beans greet you, straight into the incinerator. Have such a smell to them and are stored in liquid. If they're off your nose, yeah, yep. Even you. Also, they pay their employees well, have them set up with health benefits and retirement funds. And for the rest of the developed world, that is just expected, but especially in America, that's huge. Yeah. As I said, I mistook Costco for Tesco, and I'm pretty sure you can understand why I made that misconception. But yeah, okay. Don't need to advertise. I mean, it seems solid, but I mean, at the same time, you said it's $111 for 4 steaks, which seems wrong, fundamentally. If you open the bean can, you can proceed to hear the callings from the one we do not name. Then yep.
All hail the great eye.
Oh god. Panic. Been putting Costco on my audience. The reason Costco makes money. I mean, to be fair, is Costco even in Australia? Costco, Australia. I know that we've got like Audi and stuff. Yeah, okay, there is. Come on. The branding for it is so similar to Tesco as well. So rude. Were these tomahawks? No, they weren't. They were just sirloin steaks. Sirloin steaks for $100 for 4. I mean, you can get 2 for like 20. There's a Costco in Brisbane, you know? Yeah, okay. I've never been, but just looking at pictures now, it looks closer to a grocery warehouse, kind of similar to a Bunnings, but for groceries, which is awesome. I've never seen that before. Because Canada's beef is being affected by it. Ah, yeah, that would make sense. It's not in Sweden. Aha! There we go. In some ways, we're immune to your wiles, people. The chanting beans have an acquired taste, but according to taste testers, they're pretty good. Reports have come out that beans have now acquired a taste for human flesh. Beanageddon. Isn't Tesco an oil company? No. Tesco, as in like Tesco, is a grocery store in the UK. I think. £10 for 4 kilogram pork loin was 26. Ooh. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, sorry, bud. I can't remember the last time I've had a steak. I would just avoid steaks, to be honest, if prices are that hiked at the moment. But I know it's indicative of like the larger food cost hike. So you'd be seeing it in other parts of your grocery bill as well. Is Dinoco from there's what's the brand from Wooly company? What's it? By and Large. That's right. Whenever I always think of Wally whenever it comes to consumerism anything. Such a good baby. Such a good baby. Back when Disney weren't freaking cowards. Running away from the baked beans. You reach an intersection. On your left are pintos. On your right, kidney. In front are soybeans. A ladder drops from a helicopter above. Get in, but the driver is a coffee bean. Just imagining like the music crescendoing, your eyes widening, the close shot, sweat dripping from your brow. It's it for me. It's not over until the fat bean sings. Pork being at its normal price. You got 2 pork loins, a slab of pork belly, and a pork shoulder. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep. Solution found. Excellent. What do we reckon? Is this looking kaiju? I think it looks pretty kaiju to me. Now what I want to do is I want to go through and add a couple of little finicky details across the buildings. Just it's a wee bit to kind of imply that there's more detail going on. You got to wake up in 6 hours. Yeah, go. Good night, bud. Thanks for the chat. Enjoy your pork-abration. I was trying to think of some sort of conjoined word. Porkyester, porkstival. Oh god, there's nothing. Swine-abration. God, they're all terrible. Enjoy your pork that you've got. If coffee beans became evil, you think you'd be effed? Coffee is like much of the world's economy and 90% South America's. I wouldn't have a problem. Now, tea leaves, I'd have a problem. Didn't make a Titan Aram. Disappointed. Titan Aram? You're gonna have to explain it. I'm me dumb. Oh. Ooh. An arum lily. I mean, it's pretty similar. Like the arum lily is a pretty similar design to what the last elemental is from Hellboy. It's some distinct differences, but is a flower that grows around corpses. Right. Titan Arum. The corpse flower. Yes. Sorry, familiar with its colloquial term, not with its Latin. No, unfortunately. I've had this image in my head for a couple of months now, so I wanted to get it out. It is a good thought, though. It's very thematic. Very thematic. Send confirmation on the Minecraft username. If you get to send a screenshot, you'll get source or Lysa to whitelist, then free to hop in whenever. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, as I said, probably not tonight, just because I'll be pretty knackered after stream, but I'll definitely get on that tomorrow. I'll leave myself a note. Actually, for real, in real life, actual note. Writing it down now. Check. Minecraft user. Literally part of my checklist that I'm working on at the moment. There we go. Cool. Sleep well, bud. Thanks for hanging out. Get your rest. 6 hours. Yeah. Go to sleep. Quick. Let's not rotate my wrist until it pops. But yeah, Alt, how you going, bud? How's your week been so far? Apologies to anyone who's been wondering where I've been for my afternoon streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's been rough with sleep as it is at the moment. So it might be a little while before I get back into the swing of things. Evening streams, though, I will maintain, hell or high water. But those earlier streams might take a hit for a little bit. Reminds you of the Stranger Thing monster. Ah, from season 1. I've seen season 1. Yeah. I remember, which one was it? It was the... Why is Manticore the only one that's going to mind? It's not a Manticore. It's not. Stranger Things season 1 monster. It is the Demogorgon. That's right. Close enough. Manticore, Demogorgon, same thing. Haven't seen Stranger Things. Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair. But yes. Yep. I'm pretty sure that was right, Dust. I mean, if you're off, you're only off by a little bit. It's a pretty weird looking Manticore. I would not disagree with you, no. I present to you my Manticore. Okay. It's a lovely looking Manticore, you said? Are you sure? Are you sure Manticore's the word that you're gonna use? All right. Isn't she gorgeous? I guess. You have like 5 reports to write, but you're so lazy. Oh no. Slow but steady would be the way that I'd recommend going about it, which, I mean, absolute hypocrisy coming from me, but that's my recommendation. So even if you don't have the intention of finishing them tonight or whatever, I would just give them a prod. Just kind of feel them out a little bit, just because that establishing a casual rapport with the reports will help you to be able to engage with them later on. If you hold them up as like these mighty things that you have to approach with caution, then it'll be tough to get them done. Don't want to write about the Australian mining industry and how it does UN SDGs, or write about the Australian economy. Yeah, I mean, it's not riveting stuff. Two of them are group projects. You'll just let everyone. No. Oh, don't be that guy. Don't do it. At least put in due diligence. At least do your slice. You don't necessarily have to go above and beyond, but at least contribute your amount. I remember working with people who had that mindset at uni, and it was a nightmare. Incredibly frustrating. Don't do it. It's terrible. Especially if you've experienced it in the past. You don't want to sick that onto other people. You want to be that guy? You already have the this other guy in your crew. Love him, but he's forgotten to hand in every assignment for the past 3 months. Has only been passing by begging. Oh my goodness, no. Correction, don't be that guy. Okay. So, we have all of the big stuff done for the kaiju. Like, this is all the difficult stuff that we've done now for the kaiju specifically. I want to move on to the city now before I start going into like the intricate detail with like pollen spores and growths around the city and that sort of thing. I just want to go through and do some of the I don't know, annoying stuff from now. Which will mostly be like aura lighting. He also takes a lot of notes during lectures. He just never does the actual assignments. But that's like the important bit. Where is Godzilla and King Kong? This thing already ate them. One fell gulp. Godzilla Jr. beats this guy easy. Oh my goodness, yeah. If you actually remember some of the Godzilla Jr. feats, he kind of stomps plant kaiju no diff 9 to 1. If you think about it, if you were a true fan of Godzilla Jr., you would know that he would have no issue dealing with plant kaiju. Godzilla Jr. versus Goku. Oh my goodness. Oh, that'd be horrendous. Just poor Godzilla Jr. You can relate. Got no problem showing up to class or taking notes, but making you do stuff once you're home. Whole other beast. Oh, don't get me wrong. It is tough, but it's also like the thing. It's the thing that It's the actual work. It's the stuff that you have to do when you get home. Let's see. We want the foreground lighting above the foreground lighting. Yeah, I guess. Foreground aura. Perfect. Let's put it below that one. Yeah, there we go. Oh, check that out. Perfect. Ah, it's beautiful. What's that in the way? Oh, right. That's the other layer. Let's do this. Oh, that's so good. I think you can give Godzilla Genius some kryptonite. He can beat Goku. Could he? I mean, I guess. Since, like... well, it depends. Because sometimes Superman becomes unbelievably docile to the point where, like, a child could beat him up. And then other times it just depowers him a bit. So it will kind of depend on what interpretation you go with. Ah, right. Sorry. Yeah. Yep. I told you, me dummy. In my defense, my brain did shorthand. Okay. Middle ground aura. That's right, I need it to be under the light. That way. Yeah. Okay. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Background aura. Speaking of being a adult, you have to go to the hospital for a routine checkup in a bit. And you don't want to. Yeah, it's important though. It is important. I mean, I'm a massive hypocrite because I haven't gone in a little bit, but yeah, you should. Try to attach an award. Try to attach a reward to it, if that helps with you. Like if you know that's a thing that works. Attaching some sort of like reward mechanism to, if I go and do this, then I can get, I don't know, I can go to this store, or I can, you know, I can have this food that I've wanted for a while, or blah 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 blah. You're just also gonna be grumpy about it? I mean, yeah, fair. Fair. If you go to the hospital, you get to go to the dentist. Hooray! Hooray! That's a BS right there. You know what that that smells of what's here? You've bought this game, so you've earned the right to buy the microtransactions that you've bought with the game. Or you bought this microtransaction, so you also get the opportunity to get this other thing at a deal, at a bargain price. Garbage every time. Only works if it's one of those dentists with an N64 in the waiting room. True, actually. Absolute legends. They knew what they were doing, and I congratulate them for it. If it's a good deal after the microtransaction, like 10% off, then when you get the checkout, they add the 10% back. Sounds pretty good. Yeah. Severely underrated. No, I completely agree. It's terrible. It's like, congratulations, you've bought the thing. Now that you bought the thing, you can buy this extra thing for only $5. Oh, and while you're at it, also this other thing for only $5. Oh my goodness, what a bargain. We're losing money by offering you this thing that you could buy for money that is a digital product that we lose no money actually producing. Let's try turning back the auras a little bit from that one. Yep. It's a little bit better. Now, how do I want to do the route system? Big reason why you've started playing Outer Wilds again is because you're tempted to get the DLC. That's different though. In the sense that, like, it's just... You've received the full product, and then there is an additional thing that is more of the same. I don't know. In my head, additional gameplay DLC is different from microtransaction add-ons. There's like a line in the sand for me somewhere in my head. I can't tell you what the specifics of it are, but there is a distinction. You're on Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh! Online game, and new packs are coming out, so you checked how much it would cost if you didn't want to grind, and the prices were listed as Australian. But when you went to the actual buy section, they added the conversion difference. Oh, that's so freaking gross. What? That's disgusting. Isn't that like super duper illegal? If it's not, that's super scummy. I mean, it's scummy either way, you know what I mean. It's Konami. Yeah. I don't know. They've been pretty reasonable because I've been very casually collecting One Piece cards with a friend of mine. And the pricing for that has been pretty decent. Don't get me wrong, like the accessibility, as in like how easy it is to find things like structure decks, starter decks or whatever it's called, has been a bit gross here in Australia, but I don't see that as being a Konami problem. I see that as being like a demand problem over here. So I don't inherently blame them for that. I don't know. Maybe it's different with Yu-Gi-Oh. How do I want to do this section here? Or with like a darker dome or something? Feels as though the silhouette is broken due to the proximity of the creature. Could also be like the degree of detail that I have on the creature kind of breaks the silhouetting as well. I know that I can reduce a bit of the detail in the legs, for example. Let's do that quickly. Talking about One Piece TCG stock, you went to your local EB Games the other day to grab your little cousin Dark Souls 3 for PS4 because he's the most base 11-year-old you've met. You noticed that they were upcharging One Piece packs by $10 because they knew the packs were hard to... That's gross! What? Just buy them online. That's disgusting. Fortunately, online prices are the almighty equalizer, but the amount of people who wouldn't realize. Well, I wonder if the math works out for them, if they're earning more by scamming people than if they'd just gone with honest pricing and then haven't spurned people away. Honestly jealous of your cousin. He has a PS5. Can't even afford a PS5. If it helps at all, console gaming has become less and less worth it over the years. PS5 has a couple of exclusives in the form of like the Spider-Man games and stuff, but I mean, apart from that, mech is looking very clunky right now, probably because you used boxes for the outline. Might need to fix it. I mean, it's something that you can refine, right? You're not locked into a particular element. But you're the type of guy who has the itch to buy every video game console ever. Yeah, that's fair. Especially if it's like a hobby. I wouldn't say don't do it, but if you feel like you're really missing out, you're probably not. It's soft swish, that's right. You've got every post-1994 main for brands of video game consoles, then a bunch of the pre's. Oh, yeah, quite the collection there. Yeah, okay, I can understand then. I can understand the itch. Even though the Spider-Man on PC, it's not exactly a PlayStation exclusive. I think Spider-Man 2 is still, though. But yeah. Point taken. Maybe I can do a little bit of rounded shading on this side of the tower, and that should do the trick. There we go. That's done it. You feel funky. Why? What? Like stomach funky, head funky, like anxiety funky? You've been holding yourself back so much to get a PS5. If it helps at all, again, if you were to wait for the prices to drop, usually previous gen consoles go for bargains. So wait for the PS6, then pick up the PS5. If you're not in it necessarily for the games. Like if you're playing all the other games on other things, continue doing that, and then if you want the console for collector purposes, then just wait until the next generation comes out. Body funky, think you're tired? You like shaking? Shaking could be a few things. It could be, as you say, like sleep deprivation. It could be low salt. It could also be low sugar. Especially if you've been working out recently, low salt and low sugar are definitely things it could be. So like hydration, potentially salt, potentially sugar, you'd probably know better than me, which you'd be lower on at the moment, and then and rest. Not either of those? Okay. To Google. Body shakes. It could also be like a cold or flu is body shakes. Or anxiety stuff. Yeah, it probably is. It is probably sleep deprivation, I'd imagine. Based on the things that you've described. Oh, hi, Frisky. Hi. Hey, buddy. Roots. Okay, so if I'm going to do a root system, I can... Well, one... Before I commit to that, I need to add a gradient. But yeah, it's tough to say rest is the answer, given that you're struggling to get to sleep. But unfortunately, I think it is rest is the answer. Hello, Photoshop? You okay, bud? Okay, before I start adding in the roots, I'm just adding in a gradient so it doesn't look flat. Then with the roots, I want them to be slightly off from the dark tone, so slightly lighter. You have a really cute design for your drowsy piece you're gonna do? You just need to have the energy for it. Might do that tonight for stream. Yeah. Drowsy is a fun one, because there are a lot of elements to the creature, but then at the same time it is also inherently a little bit psychedelic, so it lends itself to being a bit on the funkier side of things. I'm eager to see. Hopefully I'm awake at the time. If I am, I'll check it out. If I'm not, I'll jump into the VOD if you've got public VODs. I'll go and check it out after I'm awake. Cloud, you can't do that. Sexual harassment. I'm immature. I apologize. Let me check it out. That's fun. That's very fun. Very, very, very fun. I like a lot. Cute. Yeah, you're right. It was a cute design. I sent you my doodle. Please respond. Yep. Oh, dearie dear. Dearie dear. Yeah. Sometimes Photoshop lags for a split second, and it hangs on to one of my previous inputs. Oftentimes that's either space or alt, because those are the keybinds for space is to pan, like this, and alt is for color select when I'm on my brush, like this. And what happens is if it holds onto alt and then I press something else, it'll grab things from the tab up the top, because that's alt, right? If you press alt, it will select like file or whatever. Or if it's space, it'll do the Windows bling, which is really annoying because I'd like to think that I'm quite clean with my inputs, but apparently not. Apparently not clean enough. Yeah, send it through. Send it through. It's no longer like a judged competition, right? So there's no need for anonymity for the piece when it gets submitted or whatever. So work in progress is absolutely appreciated, encouraged. Okay, so we've got a root network starting to build here. I think what I'll do is, instead of it being a clean line in the way that it currently is, because it just doesn't make sense with how organic a lot of the structure is, I'm going to start carving out some sort of cave-like designs into the underside of the earth section there. Whoop. Sent. Excellent. Let's check it out. Pose might be a bit off as well, but you have the general idea down. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, I think you're in the right direction for posing. I would just grab references for posing, so you can see like anatomical proportions and stuff, and it should help clean up the clean up the line work for you. But I like the direction that it's heading in. Very, very power pose. I like it. You wanting to go to the hospital with time to spare versus you not wanting to sit in the waiting room for longer than you need. Inside you, Dust, there are two wolves. One who wishes to procrastinate and the other who wishes to be on time. Very hard to find posing for that stuff, you won't lie. There are some accounts and stuff that do posing. Like, I think there is an action pose account where they've got two models, like a male and a female model, and they'll actually do different action poses. Then adding in a couple of highlights just to bring some sections slightly forward. Let me see if I can quickly find the thing. Action pose models Instagram full drawing. The pose archives. No, that's not right. Oh, it is, yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's an Instagram account called the Pose Archives. And they do yeah. Like every kind of action pose that you can possibly think of under the sun. You went back to the roots for drawing mechs. Always had a thing for mechs having hair-like things coming from their head, whether that's the cables or like nanofiber wires that mean nothing. Now the head looks so much better. There you go. Boom. Boom. But yeah, if you look up the pose archives, you should have just an absolute truckload of poses to go through. You might not be able to find the exact pose that you've chosen, but you might be able to pivot to one of the ones that they've provided, or kind of work out the pose that you've chosen based on some of the references that they have. I haven't touched Racine server because I'm weird about touching base if I haven't done a thing. Like I'm really wanting to finish the snow globe before I get back. I know I don't have to. It's just a me thing, but it is a me thing. But yeah, in terms of the mental health tips every day, yeah, absolutely. Like I've seen a few accounts like that on Blue Sky that quite a few people enjoy. At the end of the day, though, don't do it to your detriment. If it's stressing you out, keeping up with the updates, then prioritize yourself. You're gonna maybe post there after stream. We'll see. Ads in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. Thank you, Tavern. I appreciate it. I appreciate the offer, Cloud, but I'm trying to prioritize my my own sanity at the moment. I'll expand out to touching base with people again after I've stabilized. I appreciate the offer though. I do. Thanks, buddy. Hi, Fish. How you going, bud? How's your day been? They have guitar poses. Yeah. They've got, as I said, literally everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. Doing fine? Good to hear. Good to hear. Up to anything at the moment? Don't love seeing you let your gremlins in at you. Oh, for sure. But at the same time, I can't tackle everything at the same time, you know? If there's one thing I've learned, it's one foot in front of the other. Just finished shaving? Yeah, fair. Ads in 1 minute. Thank you, Tavern. Then they slap a watermark over the other images. Yeah, I mean, it's like it's a business. Like, they need to make money somehow. Their packs are quite affordable if you did want to buy some of their reference packs. But at the same time, I fully understand, like, for images that you're doing as part of a hobby, that you don't necessarily want to invest in that sort of thing for now. But I mean, what they do have available for free is quite expansive. I'm not sitting in it. I promise. I'm just getting back into streaming is after taking the week is part of my step by step back into it. You're now hairless. Like a naked mole rat. Okay. Relatively happy with the... let's curb this one a little bit back. A bit. Pare it back a smidge. Hi, Ghoulie. How you going, bud? How's your week been so far? We're not there yet. Not at the weekend just yet. Oh, boom! 5 minute scribble. Excellent. All right. What do you want? Still AFK. Just checking it. Yeah, no stress. All good, bud. Draw your token to use in your game. Okay. Dealer's choice on monster. Like any monster? I mean, it has to be goblin then, because I've got got an obsession with them. Okay, let's go. I don't know, 1,000 by 1,000, something like that. Sorry to blind you for a second until I pare back the canvas. I go goblin? But I could go skeleton, and skeleton would also be fun. What's the one that I could do the most unique things with? Sorry, I'm falling behind on chat as I'm pondering. Waking up? Your week's been interesting because of work. Doing well? How, my friend? Yeah, good. I'm good. Sleep's been horrendous for me at the moment, but otherwise, I'm doing okay. I'm getting back into the swing of streaming again. I had to take the week off just because a bit of like a burnout collapse, but otherwise, I'm doing well. Having fun drawing up a plant kaiju at the moment for my month prompt. I also finished this landscape that I've been working on for a little while now. So definitely getting runs on the board. Doing well. Finally getting to use magic card art for tokens. You've been threatening to do forever. Nice. I mean, yeah, with the new token maker, yeah, absolutely. You'll make an entire encounter out of it. Oh, okay. All right. Then it needs to be something fun. It needs to be a fun monster. Froghemoth is something that immediately comes to mind. Let's see. Let's look up Froghemoth images. Froghemoth. Oh, they're doofy as all heck. You know what I really want to draw? A beholder. But what's the lower version? Is it a spectre or something? Low level beholder. What are they called again? A lesser beholder. Surely that's not what they're called. The one with 4 eyes? Fun news, you have a boyfriend now? Nice, congratulations. That's excellent news. Well, yeah, sweet. Congrats. Landscape looks great. Thank you. I appreciate. I'll be starting animation on it soon. I just I didn't want to jump into it with both feet just yet because need to avoid that burnout thing again. What? Beholder variants. No, why can't I think of it? I'm I guess let's go with lesser beholder as the term. It's not the term that I'm thinking of, but it's the only one I've got in my head at the moment. Lesser beholder. A spectator. There we go. We eventually got there. Challenge of level 3. Excellent. Don't want something too ginormous. Cool. You're getting places. Rising out of the pit of not liking the drawing. Excellent. Good to hear. It's a feeling of true freedom once you peak the edge. Let's set the timer. 5. There we go. Cool. Actually, I do need this up so I can see how much time I've got. The pale beige over the grey isn't great, but it's what we've got. Okay, there we go. We got there in the end. I'll just quickly add a couple more details and then we get to send it off. There we go. A little spectator. He's just vibing. Just having a great time. This is without the background. This is with the background. Boom, boom, boom. And a little signature at the bottom. There we go. Boom. Grab that. Chuck it in the Discord. There we go. 5-minute doodle. A little bit longer than 5 minutes. 5-minute doodle done. Aberrations are weird in your setting. I mean, what's weird about this? Aberrations ought to be a little bit weird. I feel like that's part of the fun. It has the smile. It's so cute. It's a cute little guy. About time for you to get ready to head out. Yeah, fair, fair, fair. Good luck. Have fun. You got this. I believe in you, Dust. Remember, if you're feeling awful afterwards, reward yourself with something. I know it sounds silly, but it can help. Massively so. They're from the universe before this one. Their very nature is like water and oil with the magical construction of the universe. Like dark matter type of oil and water. Like if they come into contact with regular matter, they explode. It's very cool though. It reminds me of Galactus, where it's his whole jam. Where what's he? He's like from the universe before, and has kind of become part of the natural order of things, just based on the fact that he just has kind of been here the whole time. Not made of atoms in this universe. Yeah, fair, fair, fair. That's fun. Yeah, I mean, you're right. It is weird, and I love it. Sorry for being brief. Before Ghoulie, I'd been solicited for a 5-minute doodle. I'm glad to hear that even though your week has been a little bit funky because of work, you're still doing okay. But yeah, the plan is with the landscape to animate it. So I'll get on that as soon as I'm feeling proper to do so. I just don't want to jump into it immediately and it become grueling. Just because I need to avoid that at all costs. Getting back into something that becomes a fight. It's why I'm taking my time with this and having fun with it, because it's very much so a lax little project. Even their corpses exude this weird corruptive force. That's actually how a lot of the Underdark got so weird. Yeah, you were telling me, because there was the beholder buried in front of the hideout of your player's party. And it was doing weird things underground where it was buried. I remember. Mind flayers running about. Ah, right. Okay, so you've got... Right, because, I mean, mind flayers do live in the Underdark, but it's never really explained why. I mean, maybe it is somewhere, and I just haven't, read up on it. Knowledge. But, yeah, it's nice to have sort of an origin for it that flows. I mean, there's a degree of... I don't necessarily need it explained. Just back to how it is in the official sources. Like, I don't need it explained per se, but it is nice when it has at least a bit of an illusion as to how it's come about. The beings that currently exist were so powerful as a society or individually that they survived the end of their universe and the birth of ours. Right, and then they're the progenitors of like all lesser aberrations. Yeah, okay. So you've almost got like these cosmic eggs. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Okay, how do I want to go about doing this? I do want the spore effect happening. Let's jump in and do that. Kaiju, pollen. I believe it's in blank layer at the moment. Yes, by the looks of things. You think rest? Yeah, I think so too. I think you should. Especially if you're getting tremors. Have good. Yeah, you too, bud. Sleep well. Glad to hear you're doing okay. Dust spatter. I think that's the one that has the weird. Yeah, it does like the weird discoloration thing. No? Not the spatter I want anyway, regardless. Spatter. Do I go with the traditional spatter? I guess. Despite the sleep issues, you're mentally better than you have been in a while. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good news, everyone. Is that on top? It is. Okay. Well, carry forward with the good momentum. I wish you luck. As I said, I'll try to catch stream tomorrow. Time. I'll try to catch stream when you're live. I can't promise that I might be asleep, but if I'm not, I'll jump in for a bit. Catch you later, bud. The one thing I hate sometimes about spatter brushes is you're kind of at the behest of how they decide to act. But at the same time, it's kind of what I like about traditional medium. So I'm a hypocrite once again, proven. I think because with traditional, yes, it's random, quote unquote, but you still have control over the randomness. you end up with a random result, but you can very much so localize where you want the randomness to be. Whereas with brushes like this, it's seemingly completely random. Plus side, I can just spam Control Z until I am happy with it, but it do be what it do. That looks awesome. Now, the next question is, how far do I want to go with it? Top pollen layer. Because I could do... Oh, ho, ho, ho. Is that an effect or is that an effect? The underground pollen looks incredible. Are you kidding? Come on, stop breaking. Oh, that's so good. I'm pleased with that. I'm very pleased with that. Okay, then what do we need? Growths. How much time do I have left? 5 minutes. Break. Well, if that's not an incentive to see if I can stream for a little bit tomorrow, I don't know what is. I think that's the play. I think I do little flowers all over the place, but I can't go. I need to walk a fine line between going ham and just covering everything and and having too few, because I feel like I have too few at the moment. The two spares. But at the same time, I don't want to go bananas and just cover everything, because then I lose the clarity that I've got at the moment. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, then there's only a teeny tiny little tiny baby amount to do left. Easy enough to tackle sometime tomorrow. Cool. Well, that's me done for tonight. No more ads. No more ads for tonight. There's nobody on that that I'd like to raid, at least for now. So I might just wrap up there for tonight. Let's do that. Cool. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate the company. Have an excellent rest of your day or night, depending on where you are. And I'll catch you further in the week. Bye, everybody. Bye.